Networking on Twitch, especially as a new upcoming or small streamer, is one of the most crucial things for you to do. However, this can be a little bit tricky and requires quite a lot. There's a few tips and tricks we're going to be giving you guys today on how to make it easier and you can start networking. Stay tuned. How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the Streamloots channel. I'm your host, TheKing. On the Streamloots channel, we teach you everything about how to grow your Twitch channel and how to become a successful streamer. In today's video, we are going to be talking to you guys about networking, what it is, how to do it, and some tips and tricks that you can use as a small streamer or any streamer to start networking more efficiently. So what exactly is networking? Quite simply put, networking is working with other content creators and basically building your brand, getting your name out there, and basically getting exposure to help your Twitch channel or your streams or any type of content grow a little bit more. Through networking, you can talk to different people and make different connections in order to get more eyes on you. After all, the more, the merrier. Now, sometimes this can be relatively difficult to do, especially if you have some poor social skills or you don't really know how to approach certain situations. Maybe you don't want to come off as a leech or trying to just gain something from someone. There's a lot of eggshells you need to step around, and in today's video, we're going to tell you guys how you can actually overcome that and what to do. Now, networking is one of the most crucial things that you can do as a streamer, as it builds up your reputation in the community and your audience. The more people hear and see about you, the more they'll be interested in taking a look at your content. The ideal goal is to basically get your face and your name everywhere so everybody knows about you. So think of some of the more popular streamers, you know, Pokimane, Ninja, etc. You kind of see them everywhere and you hear about them literally everywhere. You can literally go into the store and you might see some Ninja merch, or you might go into a Dunkin' Donuts, you might see some TikTok stars, etc. They're everywhere, and that's essentially what you're trying to aim for. Set your goals super high, get your minds in the stars, and try to get up there essentially. But down back to earth, that is essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to take that first step into getting your name everywhere in your specified community. Now, this is easier said than done. Networking is one of the most challenging things because you need to build some good, genuine connections. Sometimes it can be pretty difficult to actually network without coming off as if you're trying to leech off of someone or use somebody, so you kind of want to stray away from that and naturally go about a way of introducing yourself as a streamer or content creator without quite saying that, essentially. So how do we exactly do that? What are some tips that we can do in order to continue and start into networking? Let's talk about it. Number one is just being yourself and not really expecting anything. By being yourself, you're just going to be exactly you. You don't need to fake anything. You don't need to put on a fake smile and be like, hi, this is me, blah, blah, blah. You know, just be yourself. Be your natural self, what you do, your vibes, etc. And slowly you'll start to find people or other content creators that kind of suit your style or suit your vibes. So you can see someone that is in the similar category as you. And for me, for example, I'm a very positive kind of guy. I like to, you know, just enjoy the game, have a good time, talk to my chat. And those are the kind of people that I kind of hover around in the Twitch community. I'm not going to go over to someone that's a complete opposite vibe, that's always negative or maybe toxic, etc. While some people may like that, it's not my crowd. So be yourself and stay true to that. And by doing so, it naturally just helps you so much better. You'll feel comfortable talking to other content creators this way because it's the same kind of vibes. You know, you're familiarizing yourself and surrounding yourself with people that have familiar outlooks, just the way as you do. Here's the second part about it. You actually have to make some genuine connections. You can't just go in expecting to gain something or anything like that. You actually have to be a little bit social and try to make some friends. Go out and try to make some good streamer friends. You can ask for tips privately, maybe join up their Discords, things like that, to give the idea that you are streaming, you're looking to be their friend, and you're trying to figure out some things. Obviously, some people might take this the wrong way. Some people might try to help you and expand, and that's where our next tip comes in, where it's finding people that are around your familiar size. This is really good because you don't want to give off the illusion that you're trying to poach viewers from other people, when in fact you're just trying to learn, network, and expand a little bit. Basically, get on your grind and start upcoming. So look with people that have similar numbers to you. This way, you guys can do events together, share your communities, and rubber band off of each other other to make some good ideas. A good example of this is my friend Polyester and I. We basically discovered each other when we both had maybe 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We gave each other ideas, gave ourselves insight on how we can upgrade our streams and our videos, and basically gave generalized tips on what we can do. Eventually, that led to more things such as doing community events, working closer with some of the devs in the games that we play, and now we are both over 100,000 subscribers, which is a huge accomplishment and something that you can easily do as well. So look for someone around this familiar size and familiar vibes of you so you guys can rubber band some ideas and start to slowly create new things. A good way of doing this is simply just introducing yourself, being yourself, talking in their Discord servers. You can join up, following them on social media, show that you're putting in that effort, because remember, you are indeed making friends by networking. It's not necessarily what can I gain, it's more so what can I learn, what friends can I make, and what communities can I be a part of. That brings me to my next point, where it's going into communities and trying to join some more events. You are going to have to be a little bit more social if you're trying to network. It's no sugarcoating that. You're not going to basically be sitting and people are going to come to you. In cases, yes, this may happen, but if you're really trying to network, you're going to have to be a little bit more outgoing and actually trying to meet and make some new connections. So if there's communities that are hosting events or hosting things for streams, etc., join them up. Join up the streams, talk to other people, do these events. A good example of this are some of these Streamloots events that go on. Every few months or so, we have an awesome Streamloots event where you can join in our Discord, and for affiliates and partners alike, you guys can do some awesome events together. There's tons of streamers looking to network and to work with each other and build each other's communities up that are probably in the similar categories as yourself, so make sure you are joining up that Discord so you know when these things are going down. By doing so, you can talk to those people which will be in the similar size of you, also in the similar category as you, and you can plan out some events and communities to get your name, again, all over the place. The next thing to do is social media. You don't necessarily need to always be on Twitch or YouTube trying to join communities and talking in chats. You also have to do some off-camera work when it comes down to actually networking on social media. This can include going on Twitter, replying to tons of different things, giving your opinions, your thoughts on certain things, making tweets yourself, etc. The same can be said on YouTube. There is a community hub that you can do this on. You can also, again, do this on Twitch, but Twitter is a great place of doing so. You could connect with some of your favorite streamers, reply to some things, maybe even ask for advice. If there's DMs open, you can ask for advice there, talk about some things, and again, trying to learn and build your community up and be a part of others' communities. And that, my friends, is honestly pretty much it. Putting yourself out there, joining other communities, and really trying to vibe and match with people with similar energies is one of the best ways that you can start networking. Once you start doing that, you'll slowly find yourself in different crowds and different groups as you can learn more and more, and you'll basically carve your own path as you go. Different opportunities will arise, you'll meet new people, and all throughout this adventure, you're going to be having a lot of fun. We spoke about a lot of the do's, and here are the don'ts. These are the things you want to avoid when networking. Number one is just blatantly advertising. You don't want to go into someone's Discord. You don't want to go into someone's Twitch chat or even their Twitter and like, hey, this is my stream, come on out, come join. Nobody likes that. You're going to give a terrible impression, and in fact, you're probably just going to shoot yourself in the foot by doing so. Everyone's going to basically blacklist you. Don't do that unless there's specified self-advertising channels that you can use. That's a different story. If there's not, and you're just kind of doing this, do not do this. It is an easy way to put people off, and I have tons of people that do it in my chat. I tried to explain this to them as well, and they do learn, but some people aren't as forgiving. They would easily just ban you for self-advertising or completely ignore or time you out, etc. So don't do that. Instead, there's other go-arounds that you can do for this to slowly introduce yourself as a streamer. The next thing is not to poach. Don't go into other people's stream and say, hey, I'm gonna go start my stream now. Do not try to poach other viewers. Again, this is a form of self-advertising. It's a different thing if you're asking for advice privately, but publicly going and saying, hey, I'm going to start stream, I'll see you later. Please, please, please do not do that. It is bad Twitch etiquette. And again, this can easily get you banned, timed out for self-advertising. So do not do that. Do not try to poach people, even if your intentions weren't to poach them. It's something you shouldn't do. And the final thing, a good rule of thumb is just try to avoid talking about your channel as much as you can when you're in other Twitch chats that are active or live. You don't want to put the focus on you. Remember, you're basically in someone else's environment, space, their home, where it's their stream. The show is on on them. You don't want to take the spotlight and be like, hey, what about me? Do you want to follow me back? Hey, I'm gonna go stream. That's just a really good rule of thumb. Don't talk about yourself unless you are addressed on it by the streamer themselves. Even if someone in chat messages you and say, hey, what time is your stream? You can easily privately whisper them on Twitch and tell them, hey, you know, you can whisper me here. Don't do it in a chat, as it's rude and bad Twitch etiquette to do that live in chat in front of everybody. You don't want to give the wrong impression. So that's a good rule of thumb to follow, to not basically talk about yourself. Talk about the streamer, you know, mention things about the community. Maybe you have generalized questions that you can ask, such as what camera are you using? You know, what light setup are you using? Things like that, which again can subtly be like, hey, this person might be into streaming or something like that, but at the same time being respectful of boundaries. And again, you can take that a step forward by going into communities and asking and talking to the communities. And there you go. That's kind of the black and white of networking. There's not really any middle ground realistically of being, you know, just out there swimming along. You have to put the effort in. You have to talk to other people. And trust me, it is pretty scary, but everybody does want to network. You know, it's going to be rare that you're going to give off that weird or wrong impression to someone. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Remember, there are boundaries that you do not want to cross as well, because you don't want to give that wrong impression. But there's some things that you can do to easily intertwine everything together and slowly start building your name. And again, getting it as much places as you possibly can. That's gonna do it for me. I'm your host, TheKing. Thank you so much for watching on the Streamloots channel. Make sure you join up our Discord, leave a like if you did enjoy, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.